Alright, hey everybody, this is Commander Rocket from Bolt. Today I'm going to show you how to do Fort Patriotism solo style, okay? I just went ahead and bought the squirrel from Jeddah
Warp drive active.
for 12 million YSK, and basically this story going to give you, let's take a look at it, okay? Encounter, it's going to give you 50 million in reward, about $2 or $3 million for the chest if you sell it, and then about 6 million. Actually, it's about 4 million in bounty. So you got 4 million bounty, 2 million from supply, and 50 million from the reward. Okay, so that's about 21 million, and you probably spend about like 11 or 12 buying the squirrel. Okay, so you need about 9 million YSK. And hopefully you can do this in an hour. So 9 million per YSK is pretty good. It's very good for beginners. If you just come into the game, this is compared to if you're in null space. If you're doing T6, 7, or 8, you're probably making about a million per cycle, which is 20 minutes, and that puts you at $3 million YSK per hour. So here you're making 9. So it's about, you're making 3 times as much YSK as if you're doing this red anomalies. Okay, so I'm just gonna head over to. I already did the first part. Here I'm just gonna go run over to my kill spot. Okay. So let's take a look at my skills and my fitting. I am using a trainer, Vexor trainer,
Warp drive active.
simply for the demo purposes. I figured if I can do it in Vexor trainer, you probably can do it much faster in a T5 or T6 or even T7 right now. I just want to show you the concept. Everything I'm doing right now is in real time. This is my only take, so hopefully I can do this successfully. I have done it in other ships, just not in a trainer. Okay, I'm using a medium missile. The range here is the most important because we're gonna range tank. So this is sitting at around 28 kilometers. My drones, I am Tech 7, so I'm using MK7s. Just have a little bit more DPS. So, but they're sitting at 29 kilometers. Okay, so 27, 29, that's our optimal range. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna stack all these weapons while we wait for the jump. So here, make sure you do not warp into the anomaly, because if you hit confirm here, you're gonna warp right into the middle of that fleet of enemies. So I'm gonna hit cancel. Instead, I'm gonna find that anomaly for patriotism, and I'm gonna warp at 100 kilometers. Okay, the farthest distance while I'm stacking these. All right.
Warp drive active.
Now the reason you wanna fly into 100 kilometers, you want to be able to separate the fastest ships from their pack. So I'm gonna go in at 100 kilometers. I'm just gonna turn my speed off. Okay, I'm gonna sit at zeros and see which ships come to me first. Okay. All right. Here you see. Let me just go to default because my overview might be a little bit different than yours. So I'm gonna click on ship, then click everything. I'm just gonna turn my engines off. Okay. So I'm gonna sit at 0 meters per second and see which one comes to me. Okay. So a couple things on my settings. Okay. Battle settings. Make sure you, if you PvE a lot, you can go ahead auto orbit target. But if you're doing PvP, make sure you turn this off because you don't want to auto attack something then auto orbit. Okay, you want to be able to warp away. If you're warping to a planet, right, or you try to dock and somebody hits you, And if you don't have that checked, then you're gonna automatically orbit that enemy and not be able to dock. So that's gonna be very frustrating. So make sure you turn that off if you do a lot of PvP, but leave that on if you're doing PvEs. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and make sure. I'll turn this to PvE for now. That was easier. The default is orbit range. Okay. The way you set your orbit range is click orbit and just hold on to it. I think we said 30 earlier. Okay, so 29 and 30. Okay, all right. So you can see we have 63 here. That's probably the fastest. So we're gonna focus fire, turn my engine on, just kind of slowly fly towards it. Okay. I can turn on my AB, my NOS. You can go ahead and turn on your reactive armor because it takes time for it to build up the resistance. It takes time for it to convert from whatever the resist you're getting hit at. Let's see. All right, here's 36. We're almost in range for the control. Almost was in the control range, which is 29, I believe. So I'm just gonna pay really close attention to this. Okay, as soon as it hit, I'm gonna hit orbit and then just run the other way. Okay. I really don't have to do this in this wave because all these are non-elite. It's fairly easy wave. There are gonna be 4 waves in 4 pressure in this story. The first 2 are non-elite, fairly easy, but just a good habit to not get hit. You know, just practice that. All right, so while we slowly killing this off, let's I'm gonna hit a couple of topics. All right, so this is 44. I probably need to reapproach it to 29. I need to lock my drones onto it. See, some of these are 65. I can unlock it, right? Alright, so now it's locked. Then I'm gonna orbit. Get out of the way, okay? Here, I'm using ship in my overview. So you can kind of see which ships giving you the debuff, okay? I'm gonna unlock the 53s instead. I'm gonna lock this one since it's closer to me. Okay. Now my take a look at my fittings. Okay, I'm using medium missiles. Well, I showed you that earlier, didn't I? Take a look at the defense for armors. You can see I have fairly high armor resist. Okay. A lot I have to do was the reactive armor is shifting to the damage. So I probably should clock this. We probably started this around 9:40 maybe. Okay. So let's see how long it will take for me to do this. I'm guessing in an hour. Okay. The longest delay when you do these stories is when you have to warp out and warp back in. That's the most time consuming. So if you can just, the longer you can stay in the fight without warping out, the faster you're going to be able to handle these missions. Okay. So this is going to be fairly easy until the 3rd and the 4th wave. Okay, this is runtime, so I'm gonna try to talk as much as I can within the first 30 minutes of the video, and then you can fast forward. I'm not gonna do any video editing, so what you see is what you get. Okay. All right. So speaking of missions, all right. So the reason we're doing this one, the For Patriotism, is because there's only one kill quest versus some of the other stories where you have 2 or 3 multiple. And this is also a level 6. This is just the introduction to story missions to get you comfortable. Once you're able to handle this, making about 9 million is per hour, then you can start buying better ships, buy more rigs, and take on more challenging missions. Okay. So once you get comfortable, you probably want to take on missions that give you more reward in terms of your ISK per hour. So I have, if you're in both, right, you can take a look at the mission rate tablet under important information. So I would recommend you do this one first. Then after you get comfortable with this, you can do For Freedom or Spark of Rebellion. All 3 of these are T6. Then for T7, you can do Super Soft Drink. And then if you get comfortable with it, you can do T8, which the easiest one, in my opinion, are Business Magnet and Modern World. Okay, they have great payout and easy relative to their peers. Okay, all right. I probably should pay better attention to this. Okay, right now I'm not really focusing on my target really well, but typically you want to focus on the one that's closest to you, okay, and then go from the smallest to the largest. So this first wave is taking a little bit longer, even though there's no elite. I'm a little bit distracted as I'm recording this. I should be okay to flip over to. I want to show you my skill sets. Okay. This should auto lock. Okay, you can basically AFK doing this first 2 waves. All right, so let's take a look at my skills on this. So for cruisers, pretty much have 4 and 3 in cruiser command. Navigation, I'm using AB. Again, AB is going to be your important low slot because you want to turn that on and get away from the enemy pack. I do not recommend micro warp because with micro warp drive, you're gonna have a significant increase in your signature, and that gonna cause you to take on a lot more damage. Okay. Micro drive is pretty great for your venture, right? You want to get to the asteroid faster. It's great for a stealth bomber. You want to approach your target. So basically, anything, any part where you probably will not get hit, I would say go ahead and use micro warp drive. But if you're constantly in battle, if you expect to get hit, go ahead and use AB. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, we're doing fine. All right, continue on my skills. Electronics. Obviously, this is PvE for stories. Let's see. For cruiser engineering, I have 4 and 3. Sorry. Electronics, nothing there. Because again, I'm more of a PvE for this account. Targeting 4 and 2. And most of my skills are in drones and missiles. So medium drones, I got 4 and 4. Medium drone upgrade, I got 4 and 3. And the drone last category, I'm going for 5, 5, and 5 because this is where we're gonna get the control range. Okay, if you don't have so this drone upgrade is supposed to be +3, +4, so +7. Okay, +7 range. But because I don't have any rigs, you can easily compensate this if you get a range rig. So you can say I don't have any rigs because I'm only doing this for demo purposes. So if you can get the control range rig, they're +10 kilometers each, so you get +20. Okay, so you can easily tank this in 50 kilometer range. Okay, but you should be okay at 30. I think 30 is the minimum I would recommend to folks who just starting out on this. So feel free to fast forward my video to the elite part. Oh, I do want to make one other recommendation. So if you're in boat, you're one of my new recruit, I would recommend park your PVE ships in headquarter 2, and then park your PVP ships in headquarter 1. Okay, and then just use your capsule or your covert probes to travel back and forth. Don't use your ships to travel back and forth. One, they're slower, and the other one is just you may get gate camped. Okay, there's really no point of losing your ships. Just travel back and forth. So if you have a dedicated PVE, for example, you have a Prophecy. That's what I have. I park in HQ2. Right now, we don't really use battle cruisers when we do our PvP. We don't have a doctrine for that yet, so there's no need for you to bring your T6 or T7 back and forth. Okay.